All right, welcome to the fifth episode of the Official Review podcast. I'm going to be doing a solo episode today because Gunner's out of town. So today's going to be a Super Bowl 55 preview. We'll be going over some of the more fun prop bets for the game, who I have winning, answering a Brady Mahomes legacy question, and at the end, I'll be giving my opinion on what I think's wrong with hockey. So let's get into it. So starting off the prop bets, we got Super Bowl coin toss, heads or tails. I've always been a tails guy. It's really up to preference, but I usually go tails. Those are kind of boring. So which beer brand commercial will air first? I feel like Michelob Ultra is kind of like an NBA company. They dominated the bubble every single commercial break was always Michelob Ultra. So I feel like Bud Light will probably take this one, but I'm going to say Bud Light Seltzer because I think that's like a new commercial. So I'd say Bud Light Seltzer commercial will air first. How many commercials will have a dog in them? Um, if you're making a Super Bowl commercial, the ones that are always talked about the next day are the ones with dogs in them. So I feel like if any of these, marketing teams know what they're doing, they're gonna have a dog in them. So I gotta trust. Let's go over. Take the over there. How many commercials will show a person wearing a mask? I'm gonna say under 2.5. I feel like I never see people wearing masks in a commercial. It's just like unnecessary. I don't, I don't think there will be. Will an M&M spokes candy be wearing a mask? No, I really hope not. Makes no sense. Why would an M&M have a mask on? It's just stupid. Who will speak first? Burrito Lay's pregame commercial. I'll take Peyton there. Older brother, better brother. Uh, Probably better personality too. I'd say Peyton. Peyton's hilarious. Peyton should talk first for sure. Will Jerry Rice make a paper field goal in Frito-Lay's commercial? Sure. Yeah. No, I think this. Yeah. Okay. So this. I guess this commercial already aired. It says here, so it's right. Will there be a COVID vaccine commercial? No, I don't think so. Not really fitting the mood of the Super Bowl. Total number of commercials over under 92 and a half. Geez, I don't know. A lot. I guess the over. I feel like 92 one is insane, but I guess the over. I don't know. Oh, Super Bowl Gatorade. Yeah, I feel like it's always like an orange or a red or a yellow. It's always like one of those three, even though blue and purple you usually should be, blue and purple are the best flavors of Gatorade. There's no debating that, but I'd say red. Both teams wear red. That's pretty good. So say red. What players will pour Gatorade on winning coach? I'm gonna have Tampa Bay Bucks kneeling it out to the end of the game, so I'm gonna go defense. Super Bowl post game MVP speech. Who will the MVP refer to first in his speech? Teammates, God, religion, USA, winning city, family, coaches. I feel like family. I feel like family's a good bet there. Plus 900. I'd take that bet for sure. I feel like Tom Brady, 100% would either like teammates for sure, but I feel like family's an easy one for Tom. And I think Patrick's having a kid soon and just got married, so I think family's a solid bet there. A little bit of an underdog too. Um, Will MVP say Disney in the speech? No. Tom Brady's it's a little too old for Disney, and I think Patrick Mahomes just a little too cool to talk about Disney. I feel like that's something like Juju's in the shoes would say. Uh, will Burger be fed by Andy Reid? Yes, 100%. Like, if they win, he's going to talk about the burger he's going to go home and eat. And yeah, Patrick, Andy Reid will talk about burgers in the speech. Will any player propose to his girlfriend on the field after the game? Probably. I'm just saying no, though. You know, I would probably seem like nobody on the deep bench. Would Joe Biden call to congratulate the winning coach? That means invite him to the White House. Yeah, I don't see why not. I don't think Joe Biden's really into sports or anything, but I feel like I have to send that invite. So yeah, for sure. Um, so moving on to who I think will win the game. I mean, I got the Bucks winning. Tom Brady is probably too much joy, too much happiness through my 17 years of life on Earth, and if I've learned one thing being by his side all these years is just you don't bet against Brady, you don't root against Brady. It's brought me so much joy. I just don't see how I could personally root against the man. And if you're a New England Patriots fan and rooting against them, I mean, just your morals or your moral compasses just go off. I mean, you have to root for this man. So handsome, just so good at the game of football. He's the clutchest man in the history of Earth. I think if you root against him, you're sick in the head. Um, moving on, what do I think this game does for either Brady or Mahomes' legacy? I think for Brady, losing the game, he's still the GOAT. He's still got 6 rings. He's been to the game 10 times. He's what, 42, 43 right now. I mean, I don't think it does a lot to hurt him, but I think winning this game closes the door 100% on him being the GOAT. Nobody else can come close for decades. And I think beating Mahomes in the Super Bowl would be the ultimate seal. Like the doors closed on Mahomes catching Brady. Mahomes is pretty much the only person in contention, or anyone who could possibly match or reach Brady's legacy. I think Mahomes has a chance if he wins to catch Brady. I mean, that's still a lot of rings to catch up on, still 4 more. But I think if Brady wins 7th against Mahomes, closes the door on Mahomes, Mahomes can't catch Brady after that. But if Brady loses, keeps the door open for Mahomes. It's still tough though, and Brady's still the GOAT. Um, and then moving on to what I think's wrong with hockey. I think I don't think my lack of knowledge of hockey and the NHL is my fault. I think it's hockey's fault. Hockey has by far the worst marketing of any the NHL, worst marketing of any league I've ever seen in my life. I never see ads on the hockey games coming up. I never see anything on social media. I never see I never hear anyone talking about it unless I'm talking to a hockey fan who might talk about the game. I mean, you look at the big sports media outlets. You got Sports Center, Bleacher Report, Fox Sports, all CBS Sports. You never hear anything about hockey. I have no idea what channel I would watch hockey on. Um, Nothing against sport. The sport's incredibly hard. It's fun to watch. I mean, playoff hockey is probably the second most fun sport to watch. I think football is still the most fun. I put it against basketball, and I'm a huge basketball guy. But watching playoff hockey is electric. But whoever is in charge of the marketing for the NHL needs to be fired immediately. They suck at marketing. I have no idea what big games coming up. I mean, it's a problem if I know what De'Aaron Fox said in his pregame or his postgame speech yesterday, and I don't know a single score of an NHL game. And I'm in a fantasy hockey league, and I don't know a single score. I mean, most of America probably knows what LeBron ate for dinner last night or what wine he drank than people who know the score of the Bruins game last night, and that's just a fact. So I think hockey, figure out with your marketing. You have a great sport, but whoever's trying to get your sport out there sucks. I haven't seen a clip or a post about hockey on Sports Center since the last Stanley Cup. That is quite literally the only post hockey gets all year on Sports Center is whoever wins the Stanley Cup. So whoever's in charge of the NHL marketing team, figure it out. With that being said, this is the official review. Thank you for watching. Oh, also, we will be starting to have guests on the show soon. So if you've already reached out to us, or if you haven't yet, about making an appearance on the show, please do. We're trying to get a list together of people who are interested in coming on the show. We're definitely going to try and work some people in soon. You can just text us, me and Gunner, or you can message our official review Instagram. Um, if you'd want to come on and whatever you'd want to talk about, we'd love to have guests onto the show more frequently. And thank you for your continued support, of course. It means a lot. We are now on Spotify, so you can look at the link in our Instagram. And if you look up our podcast on Anchor Podcast, there should be a link to it. So please look at the Spotify channel too if that works better for you. And thanks for listening.